Hi, I'm Sangeetha. I'm in Welltech High Tech Dr. Rangarajan, Dr. Sakuntala Engineering College, Department of MCA. My topic is software defined clouds for integrated control platform. My topic and my guide is guided by Mr. S.K. Manikandan, MCA MTech, and co-guided by Mrs. S. Shanmugapriya, BE MTech. My objectives are my objectives are cloud computing has been empowered with the introduction of software defined networking, which enabled dynamic controllability of cloud network infrastructures. SDCon means a software defined cloud controller is a platform developed on OpenStack and Open Daylight to provide integrated manageability for both computing and networking resources. The platform can perform virtual machine placement and migrations, network flow scheduling, and bandwidth allocation, and real-time monitoring of computing and networking resources, and measuring the power usage of infrastructure with a single platform. My existing system, the platform or software defined network and cloud computing that is difficult to find a software platform for integration of software defined network and clouds can jointly control both networking and computing devices for the cloud. OpenStack and OpenSwitch is created and managed only for compute nodes to establish a virtual tunnels with other compute nodes. My main drawback is it will not maintain a dynamic controllability of cloud network infrastructures. The network will not assign properly. This is my existing architecture system. The client and user will upload file uploaded to the network admin. The network admin will request to the cloud. Then the cloud will directly respond to the client and user. There is no any controller of cloud to client and users. This is the main drawback. There is no any dynamic controllability. In proposed system, an integrated control platform named SDCon Software Defined Cloud Controller, which can jointly manage both computing and resources in the cloud provider. SDCon is implemented on top of the popular cloud and software defined network controller using OpenStack and OpenDaylight. OpenStack means anyone can access and anywhere to access. Software defined network can control the network bandwidth in multiple layers and provide different quality of service in different applications. Advantages of proposed system. Software defined network which enable dynamic controllability of cloud network infrastructure. Software defined networks provide a centralized view of entire network. Both cloud computing and software defined network have been widely accepted in the industry and open source community. My proposed system architecture. Here the n number of tenants. Tenants means users. The users will send the resource request to the joint resource provisioner. The joint resource provisioner using topology discovery, real-time resource monitor and status visualizer. The joint resource provisioner will send the request to the cloud management platform and software defined network controller. The cloud management platform, the data will split into multiple computers. It will monitoring the data. Software defined network controller splitted in the data in multiple switches. It will monitoring the data. Here having one system administrator. Hardware and software specifications. Hardware environment. Processor dual core, RAM using 4 GB, hard disk using 60 GB. Software environment. Front end using Java, back end using MySQL, operating system using Windows 7 or 10. IDE integrated development environment using Eclipse. My modules are user authentication design, upload files to store different tables, network time, set a file to receive a cloud, user request based on provide file, cloud monitoring, list of waiting stations, cloud provider response. Module descriptions, user authentication design. This is similar to login authentication. This module has been created for user authentication purpose. In this login page, authorized users can log in with their valid credentials. Otherwise, they have to register with their details like providing her name, phone number, email ID, etc. And the second module is upload files to store different tables. The important role of the module is the product owner is to move login window to product owner window. Owner upload files. On that time file will splitted into 4 different paths and stored in 4 different paths. And next module is network time to set a file receive cloud. User after upload the files, then network admin change time to react a file time. It will set to the cloud. User request based on provide file. After change the request time, then this module used for user need to requesting a file and provide the files. Cloud monitoring list waiting stations. This module monitoring the list of waiting requests and stored file server in the cloud. Cloud provider response. User who are all requests to the provider that the request will respond to the end users. This is my use case diagram. Here sender is login and file access to the with the help of secret key. The receiver receive the file with the help of secret key and the receiver will access the file. This is my class diagram. This is my sequence diagram. This is my collaboration diagram. Data flow diagram level 0. The user will register and log in. Their valid details stored in the database. Level 1. The sender send the file with a key to it will receive the admin network admin. The network admin will decrypt that file and it will send to the receiver with the secret key. ER diagram, entity relationship diagram. The sender will send the request to the client. The client will split it in the file in different parts and the receiver will receive the files. Then the receiver will split it in the receiving file in multiple receivers. The third party will having two options. One, they have to accept or they have to reject. This is my screenshot. Registration page, user login page, admin login page, upload files to store different tables. File uploaded successfully message. This is the number of users files. Network time set a file to receive a cloud. The admin will set a time to receiving the cloud. User request based on provide files. Server monitoring list of waiting station. It will show the number of waiting stations. This is my database. Conclusion. The introduction of software-defined network brings up many opportunities and challenges when it is applied in the cloud computing environment. Software-defined cloud controller, an integrated control platform for software-defined network and clouds to enable resource management for both resources. Software-defined cloud controller is capable of placing the request and configuring network forwarding rules. and using quality of service queues with the knowledge of networking and computing information of the data center. It is also implement real-time monitoring of computing and networking resources. Future enhancement. In future, software-defined cloud controller can be stretched out to help elective cloud the both stages and software-defined network controller programming. The programming projects other than OpenStack and OpenDaylight. The control checking module can be improved for exact estimation by introducing a physical checking hardware for register hubs and switches rather than model based on hypothetical computations. Let us see the demo part. This is my home page. Here you have to register the two users details. Enter the password. Enter the user password and enter the user email address. Enter the user mobile number. Enter the user address. Enter the user date of birth. And then send the request. Then you have to register one more user, the another username, and enter the user password. Enter the user email address. Enter the user mobile number. Enter the user address. Enter the user date of birth. Now you have two users. Log in the user 1 with the password. Choose the file to upload. Open that file. You have to send. Then it will show the pop-up message, file uploaded successfully. Then you have to log out and open to the second user or one more user. Enter the password. You have to upload a file. Open. You have to send. Then it will show the file uploaded successfully message. Now you have to check it the list of files to the particular user. You have to see other user files and log out. You have to use the user one. Enter the password. Checking the list of files and open the admin login. Enter the admin name and admin password. Here it will show the uh, user files to enter the time to upload to the cloud. The time will set the user. Then log out to open cloud login. Enter the cloud name and cloud password. Now you have to see the user file list. Then log out. Now you have to use another user. Check the other user request and log out. There is no any other user request. Now open the admin login. Check the user file request time. Then finally open to the cloud login. User request. See the other user files and send the request to the other users. Now log out. Then you have to open the admin login. Set the time. Now open to the cloud login. The user request. Here the user will accept the request. Now log out. Then open the another user login. It will take the time. Set the user requesting time. Log out. Open the cloud login. Here the user will accept the requesting file. Now finally the user Now finally the user Bona is accessing the Girija and SAN files with the help of file key. You have to download, and here the file key will be hiding. The file key only known the user. The Bona only is known the file key.